Hi, do we know if Jackie will be in attendance this evening?
I did not hear she wasn't going to be.
Okay, neither did I. I will try to text her.
Jackie just said she's in the waiting room.
Is she a call-in listener? I don't see her name anywhere.
Let me text her.
Maybe J.R. Lopez?
Yes, she is J.R. Lopez.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you. And we are good to begin at 6 o'clock whenever you guys are ready.
Okay. Bear with me today. I'm working off of two cell phones because I'm having some laptop issues, but I got the agenda on one phone and using the other for the Zoom. So we have all commissioners present. Okay, it's 6 p.m. Let's go ahead and call to order Planning Commissioner meeting for January 10th, 2022, please. Can we get a roll call?
Chairperson Isiano?
Here.
Vice Chairperson Seja?
Here.
Commissioner Franz?
Here.
Commissioner Valdez?
Here.
Commissioner Lopez?
Here.
Thank you. Commissioner Franz, would you be so kind as to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Ready? Begin. I pledge
I pledge
allegiance
allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next on the agenda, we have public comment for items not on the agenda. Ms. Castillo, do we have any public comments for items not on the agenda?
There were none.
None. Okay. Next item is public hearing 4.1 for review and consideration MND CUP design review and environmental analysis for Unicars Honda. Kevin, do we have a member of staff presenting a staff report on this?
I am the person doing that, Chair. Thank you. For
Thank
the
you.
record, Kevin Snyder, Director of Community Development, and thank you and good evening. I want to say thank you to the Planning Commission for your willingness and ability to go back to the virtual environment. Hopefully this won't be for too long, but given the current situation with the surge, we felt it prudent to not bring people into spaces where they might be too close. So thank you again. The item before you this evening, item 4.1, is a public hearing, and I'm going to go ahead and screen share. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so this evening, the public hearing item is for Unicars Honda Certified Pre-Owned Dealership. There are three topical areas that we're asking the Planning Commission to conduct a public hearing on and consider possible adoption of associated resolutions. So the Unicars Honda pre-owned certified dealership is proposed on approximately 16 acres along Varner Road. This is west of Varner Road in Jefferson. On the screen, you see a vicinity map. The big star I put in the middle is indicative of the location. Some of you may remember that this property was a temporary area for the Dodge Ram dealership to the west of the property. That's no longer in use for that. This property is owned by the city, and the city has authorized this application with the intent that a transfer of the property will happen to Unicars Honda at an appropriate date following the receipt of potential receipt of entitlements. The general plan 2040 land use designations for the properties in question, and there are a total of 4 properties, is Workplace Employment District, or WED, and Regional Commercial. The zoning is Business Park, and I'm just going to highlight something, and I will come back to it in a minute, but in the Business Park zone, the city has passed a ordinance language that specifies that dealerships, auto vehicle dealerships are permitted with the issuance of a conditional use permit. Previously, the city has determined that a associated but not contiguous used car dealership with an existing auto dealer is an acceptable use under the current allowances. So as you are probably aware, Unicars Honda is located to the west of this property on its own lot, its own property. And so this will be an affiliated certified pre-owned dealership site with the existing Unicars Honda dealership site. So again, that's consistent with prior interpretation by city, and that has been confirmed by the city attorney's office. Excuse me. So this evening, we're asking the Planning Commission to consider 3 topical areas, as I mentioned: the environmental assessment, to consider the mitigated negative declaration, mitigation, monitoring, and reporting program for the Unicars Honda certified dealership. We're also asking the commission to consider a conditional use permit to consider used vehicle sales within the Business Park zoning district. And finally, we're asking the commission to consider a design review application for the architecture, site plan, parking, circulation, and landscape plans for the construction of what is proposed as a 14,950 square foot certified pre-owned building. This is where offices and other associated activities, administrative activities with the dealership will occur. A new 5,089 square foot detailing and car wash building, a total of 826 surface parking spaces for customer parking, employee parking, display parking, and inventory parking, and then a proposed future 3,944 square foot shop building. That building will not be constructed immediately, but will be constructed at a future date as demand for shop-related services becomes evident and justifies the expenditure, according to the applicant. So this is an overview of the site plan. As you can see, the site is, again, located along Varner Road. It is, again, there's a significant amount of surface parking on the property. The 2 buildings I referenced, along with the outline of the future shop building, are shown in the center of the project site. The northern portion of the property is being proposed for a stormwater retention basin. And then there's also a portion of that property that is within the existing floodplain. And so the applicant is proposing to not disturb that area, in essence, to leave that area alone. So this is just, the next couple of slides are a couple of elevation drawings I wanted to share with you of what the applicant has submitted. You'll see that the building is representative of the typical Honda colors. So you'll see that it's dominated by that white grayish color, along with the blue color that you see there. So now this is fairly typical. It's the Honda model, industry model, if you will, for their buildings. This is showing you the landscape plan. The applicant has chosen, with agreement and input from the staff, a desert-friendly landscape motif. So you see the combination of decomposed gravel with palm trees and desert-appropriate shrubbery. This is the floor plan of the proposed 14,950 square foot building. And as you can see, it's a typical dealership showroom. It's got office space, it's got showroom space, and other associated spaces. Here are some additional elevations looking at various angles of the building. This is looking straight on the building from Varner Road. And then the image to the bottom is looking north, from the north to the south. Again, this is looking west to east, and then you're looking, bottom image is east to west. Here is the materials and color board for the site. Again, typical colors that you will see on most Honda dealerships. And that probably suffices to there. So before I go into the recommendations, I did want to highlight, first of all, I wanted to apologize to the commission and the public. We had some issues. We've adopted a new agenda management system, and we've had some issues with the project. For this project, this was our first utilization of that, and we had some issues. So we did republish an updated and revised staff report today. And there are a couple of things I wanted to highlight to you. I'm going to stop sharing. Just give me one moment, please. Okay. So the two issues I want to bring to your attention are thus. In condition of approval number 6, there is a reference to an erroneous reference to a CUP. It references CUP 2011-1065. It should be CUP 2111-102. So that's a Scrivener's error that we will affix in the resolution pertaining to the CUP if it is ultimately approved. And then for the other condition approval number 10 on page 13, in the CUP resolution, it states the applicant shall limit vehicle deliveries by semi-trucks or other large trucks from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. As the commission may remember from your review of the Kia dealership, we ultimately worked out a different approach on that, recognizing that sometimes the dealerships do not have the ability to control third-party deliveries. So the report has the correct language in it, and that language reads: the applicant, when possible, shall minimize vehicle loading and unloading activities between the hours of 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. When observation of these hours is not practical due to third-party delivery scheduling, the applicant shall limit unloading and loading activities to the western portion of the dealership site along the western portion of the site's Varner Road frontage. So similar to what we tried to do for Kia, we're trying to be mindful of the fact that those loading activities can impact surrounding areas. There are some surrounding residential uses within proximity to this site, but we also recognize that the dealerships don't often have the ability to control when those deliveries occur because they are by third parties. And so in those instances, when they do occur in the hours between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m., we're asking or we're conditioning that the delivery activity be limited along the western portion of the project site and or along the western portion of the site's Varner Road frontage. So with that, the staff is recommending approval of all of the associated resolutions. Again, that's recommending adoption of resolution number 20110 pertaining to the approval of the environmental assessment 21-11-560 and adopting a mitigated negative declaration and a mitigation monitoring and reporting program. Resolution number 2011, a resolution of the Planning Commission conditionally approving conditional use permit 2111-1072 with the amendments that I have previously noted just a moment ago, and then adoption of resolution 2012 conditionally approving the design review 21-10-491. With that, that is my staff report. I'm happy to answer any questions the commission might have. And the applicant and the applicant's representative, I believe, are in attendance this evening and are available to answer any questions that I can't answer or that would be more appropriate for them to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Commissioners, do any of you have any questions for Mr. Kevin Snyder on his report?
Nobody? I have one or two, actually.
Please.
Thank you. Kevin, hi, good to see everybody. Happy New Year. One of our biggest concerns, or a few of them anyway, has been electrical rooms and screening of all equipment. Based on what I was able to see on these plans, can you please confirm that all equipment is on the roof and covered by the design, and that's why they're really not visible anywhere, or am I missing something?
If memory serves me correctly, Commissioner, I believe they are on the roof and screen, but I would actually, David's shaking his head no. So I said that wrong. I apologize. Why don't we defer that to the applicant? Typically, we do require that ground-mounted mechanical equipment be appropriately screened and not visible. But I will let the applicant's architect describe the intent on that. While I look for a moment to see, look back at the staff report. Unfortunately, memories fading for a minute here in terms of being able to remember exactly that. So if you can
No
hold on
problem.
that.
I'll hold the other question for the applicant as well then. Thank
Okay.
you.
Any other commissioners' questions for Mr. Snyder, or shall we go ahead and hear from the applicant? Okay, Vanessa, can we hear from the applicant?
Chair, part of my interruption, Assistant City Attorney Zach Heinzelman, I might suggest that we open the hearing and then invite
Okay.
the applicant to present.
Okay, let's open the public hearing, and Ms. Castillo, can we invite the applicant to go ahead and present, and then we'll move on to public comments.
Yes, both Mr. Drake and Mr. Mazaris are in as panelists.
Thank you.
Good evening, Planning Commission. We're here to respond to any of your questions. We're grateful that we can do this during this time of COVID. And John Busick's right to my side right here, Principal of PVG Architects. We have a mechanical unit down on the ground floor outside in this where we're keeping the storage of the vehicles that are going to be sold in the future. And the project's covered in the back area of that by an 8-foot CMU wall, so you wouldn't be able to see the HVAC equipment at ground level. There's no mechanical equipment on the roof at this time. So the mechanical unit is screened from other properties from looking in.
Okay, Commissioner Franz, did you have another question for the applicant, or does the applicant have any other items to add to the presentation of Mr. Snyder?
Yeah, I'd like to see. Sorry, I'd like to see if there's a photo where we can see that screening, because I really couldn't quite tell. Are any of the images that we have show how that screening is going to look and exactly where it is in the back?
Commissioner Franz, it's basically a CMU wall around the property, and there's different sizes of CMU wall. Back behind house basically is an 8-foot CMU wall. If you bring up this exhibit here, number 6, I can show you where the mechanical units are.
Is this the correct exhibit, David?
It would be the site plan, Kevin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. There you go. And then I got to move our face out of here. There we go. Basically, there's an 8-foot fence that comes along through this. Here's where the mechanical units are, tucked in next to the building. This is all storage parking right in through here, but we have an 8-foot fence with a gate right through here that comes all the way along. Can you see my cursor?
No, unfortunately they can't, because you would have to share the screen.
Okay, can I share? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing and you can share.
Okay, thank you. I'm new at this one with the city. Should we be sharing our screen? Okay. I'm gonna have to bring that up. Sorry. It's 20, isn't it? Excuse me. Yeah. Can you see our screen now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Let me see, go back to the site plan here. Want an overall plan. I think I'm going the wrong direction here, just a minute, sorry. Well, our site plan's not there, hang on. Should be. this one here. This is the back portion of the property right in through here, which has an 8-foot high fence around the east side, the north side, and the west side, and across the front to keep people out from here, but also visually hide. The mechanical unit areas right in this area right here. I'm trying to see if I can find a better site plan for you. Site's rather large. So the mechanical unit's right where the cursor is right now. And then basically that 8-foot fence is right here, 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 and here. And the surrounding properties, equipment's below 8 feet, so they won't be able to see in at this point.
Okay, so if you are on the property, you're gonna walk right by it if someone needs to be back there, but it sounds like that's gonna be back of house
That's
and not
correct.
publicly viewable. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. Mhm.
All right, that was one question. Chair, I have one more if you don't mind.
Certainly.
Thank you. We talked about the flood control area in the back. That's the big percentage of the property that looks like it's going to remain just natural habitat. Is that correct?
So Commissioner, the applicant is intending to leave that area undisturbed to avoid any impacts to that floodplain area and associated permitting with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers through the Control Water District. So unless I'm saying anything wrong, if the applicant's representative or the applicant wants to correct me, that has been our understanding all along, that there was an intent to avoid.
Yeah, Kevin, it's going to be left pretty much in its natural state. There's a existing dip in the soil right in here that will be the secondary retention area. There's the first retention area that's right in here. And then when that fills during like a 10-year or 50-year storm, it will go into this area, and it's been designed to take that.
Okay, and if at any time you decide to build on it, you're going to have to go through the Corps of Engineers and a whole nother process before you can do anything on that back portion.
The
of
owner,
property.
yeah, the owner understands that, Commissioner
Okay.
Franz.
Just
Yeah.
want to make sure I wasn't missing something there.
No,
Okay, those are the only questions I have at this time. Thank you.
Okay, gentlemen, did you have any other comments to add to the presentation?
No, we're just here to answer questions at this point. The presentation was very thorough.
Okay, being that there's no other commissioner comments, let's move on to public comments. Vanessa, do we have any public comments?
There were none.
There were none. Okay. If there's anyone else on the Zoom meeting at this point, we'll do a last call for public comment. If you wish to speak on this item, please click the raise hand button on the Zoom toolbar, and we will connect to you and give you an opportunity to make your comments. Are there any other guests on the call, Ms. Castillo?
I don't see any raised hands.
Okay, then we'll go ahead and close the public comment portion and close the public hearing and move on to commissioner deliberation or commissioner discussion. Commissioners, anybody have any comments regarding this to make to the commission, or would anyone want to entertain making a motion?
I would be more than happy to make a motion if we could get the resolutions on the screen.
Yes, one moment, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Seah.
And as the commissioner makes the resolution, I would recommend that when you get to resolution number 2011, the corrections noted by me in my staff report, you authorize with amendments identified in the staff report, just something to that effect, so it's on the record, unless the city attorney has a different way of saying it.
I think as Director Snyder phrased, it would be appropriate to just note, if you wanted those conditions incorporated, that would be subject to the findings and conditions approval therein, as reflected by staff during the oral staff report.
Perfect. So I make a motion to adopt resolution number 2010, a resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of India to approve environmental assessment 211560. Do I need to read the whole thing, or is that more?
You do not. That's
Okay, thank you.
adequate.
Thank you.
I'll second
Okay.
the motion.
Are we doing these on an individual resolution?
I would recommend, Chair, that you do them individually just because they are distinct and separate.
Certainly. Okay, we have a second. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Okay. Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Valdez,
Yes.
Commissioner Franz,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Seha,
Yes.
Chairperson Luciano.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0 for resolution 2010.
Thank you. And for resolution 2011, Commissioner Seha, would you care?
Absolutely. Moved to make a motion to adopt resolution number 2011, the resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of Indio, California, conditionally approving conditional use permit 21111072, including the corrections identified by our staff report.
That's adequate.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Valdez,
Yes.
Commissioner Franz,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Seha,
Yes.
Chairperson Luciano.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0 for resolution number 2011.
Okay, one more.
Make a motion to adopt resolution number 2012, a resolution of the Planning Commission of the City of India, California, conditionally approving design review 2110491.
I'll second.
Thank you. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Valdez,
Yes.
Commissioner Franz,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Seha,
Yes.
Chairperson Luciano.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0 for resolution number 2010. I apologize, 2012.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to the applicants, and thank you, Kevin Snyder, for your presentation.
Thank you, Chair.
Moving on, we have the next item of commissioner items. I don't think we have any commissioner items unless any commissioners have something they'd like to share.
Can I share something really quick?
Please.
For those of you that know, the Coachella Valley History Museum is one of my passions, and I want to let everyone know that we have completed the revitalization of the Japanese Memorial Garden. So if you get an opportunity to come visit, please do so. It turned out even more beautiful than I anticipated, and there will be a rededication in March that I will give you more information in the future that it will be open to the public. So just wanted to share that with you.
Yes, please keep me posted. I was actually on site last week and I did notice how beautiful it looks, and I definitely stopped it, caught my eye, and I stopped and took a look at it, and it looks beautiful. Good work.
Thank you.
I have a real quick comment. If we can please be notified when there's a groundbreaking or ribbon cutting. I missed the TKB, and I guess for any upcoming, if we just kind of be informed when those ribbon cuttings or grand openings. That's it.
Thank you, Commissioner. I will pass that along to the city manager's office to make sure that the commission and any other parties, other commissions are notified. So I'll pass it along. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Okay, any other commissioner comments? If not, we'll move on to staff items.
Just
Sure,
one
I'd just
item.
like to,
Oop, sorry.
please
Go ahead,
go ahead.
Commissioner Sarah.
Thank you. I just wanted to invite the public who's tuning in now to participate in the redistricting process. I know that the city is doing a lot of outreach and we're doing a lot of effort out in the community. So just inviting people to be participating with that, and congratulate Commissioner Franz with the History Museum. I just became a member and I'm very proud of that. So I invite also people to participate and support the History Museum. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Commissioner Snyder, or I'm sorry, Mr. Snyder, any staff items?
Just one item. I just wanted to announce that we have filled the administrative assistant position that was previously held by Evelyn Beltran. We welcome Clementina Barragan to the city team and the community development team. Clementina has actually started out working for us as a temporary staff person and has did a wonderful job in that role. And we brought her on full time. So we're very excited to have her on the team. And Vanessa is graciously offering to train her on anything and everything so she can get the heck out of Dodge and stop doing two jobs. She is now in city clerk's office, but she's been gracious in supporting the planning commission and other community development functions. So we're hopeful in a short amount of time, Clementina will be sitting in Vanessa's space, and we thank Vanessa and continue to thank her for all of her hard work and diligence to support the commission and other community development functions. So that's it, unless there are any questions for me.
No questions, but also thank you very much, Vanessa. And if that's it for staff items, if anyone would like a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will second.
All right.
And
Do we need to
just
take a roll call, or can we just
to
meeting adjourned?
clarify, it'd be to adjourn into the next regular meeting on, I believe, January 26th, 6 p.m. and chambers if open, and perhaps virtually as well.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll adjourn to next planning meeting, January 26, 2022. Do we need to do a roll call vote, or can we just adjourn?
I believe you can just adjourn.
Okay.
Thank
Meeting
you.
Bye,
adjourned.
everybody.
Thank you. Thank you,
Night.
everyone.